I found a new product. Stay tuned to find out more. Welcome to Mike's FJR Corner. Today, my son found a product that I haven't seen in the stores. It's from Meguiar's. It's a hybrid ceramic wax. It looks like they have ceramic mixed in with a standard wax, and I'm anxious to try it out, see how well it works on the bike. So we're initially gonna clean the bike. We're gonna give it a good washing, and once we have everything nice and clean, we're gonna try the product. So let's get into washing the bike. Alright, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wash the bike. I have this Black Magic Wet Shine car wash that I use, and I just basically have it in a Home Depot bucket, and I have the soap mixed up here, and I'm using a foam sponge. And first thing I do is wet down the bike. Now I'm going to rinse off the sponge and get it full of soap, and just start from the top down. Alright, now that we got the top half washed, I'm going to remove the bags and I'm going to wash the lower half of the bike. Now that we've finished soaping down the rear half of the bike, I'm going to rinse it off. Try to keep the water away from the inlet of the exhaust. Okay, now I'm going to wash the front fairing. Okay, now that I'm finished washing the bike, I'm going to wipe off the bike with these soft towels. These towels I got from Harbor Freight. They're fairly nice, fluffy towel, very soft, and they seem to work well. Haven't had any problems with them scratching or anything like that. The only thing is because it's got such a tight weave here, it can pick up dirt from where you're storing it, so make sure you store it in a clean place, so that it doesn't pick anything up, any dirt just from sitting out. So then I'll start from the top of the bike and just work my way around, and it's quite windy out today, so it shouldn't take long to dry off. Alright, now I'm going to take the bike to the front, in front of the garage, and I'm going to start treating the bike with the wax. Okay, the bike is now dry. I'm going to start spraying the ceramic wax. I'm going to use this blue towel for the applicator, and I'm going to use this towel from Harbor Freight to buff it dry. The instructions on this say sophisticated hybrid ceramic chemistry that uses a thick, high viscosity formula, the power of your rinse water to help coat your car's exterior surface. You can actually see the extreme water beads as you rinse. Simply dry as normal. Your surface is now an enhanced hybrid SiO2 ceramic protection that beads water like crazy. Well, we'll see. The instructions are to wash your car with a car wash, rinse the vehicle thoroughly, spray the hydraulic ceramic wax all over the exterior surfaces, Well, I would do one surface at a time. If you do it on the entire bike at once, more than likely it's going to dry. It's going to be very difficult to get the product off. My son's already used it on his Volt, and it is a little more difficult to remove the wax once it's sprayed on. I would do work with one section at a time. And then it says dry the vehicle with a quality microfiber drying towel. I'm now going to apply the wax to the gas tank area. I'm going to spray it onto the towel and some onto the tank. Being careful not to overspray, and work it in to the tank. It's a very thick consistency. Get all areas and let it dry for about a minute. Now take your buffing cloth and buff it into the surface. This being a ceramic, may take a little bit of buffing to get it clear. Just take your time and work it in. One observation when I put the wax on is that it's very difficult to rub off. If it's a little bit wetter, it's a little bit easier. If you have an area that's not coming smooth, just reapply some and then wipe it into the surface. And that helps even it out. I have noticed that if there's any imperfections in the paint, if there's any scratches, it does seem to highlight it more. I have a few imperfections right here in the paint that I probably could have compounded them out a little bit first, but they're pretty deep, so I really can't go too far with it. But I noticed I could see them a little bit more. I'm not too worried about it as I have a tank bag and cover it anyway. Just be aware that make sure you have all your scratches removed before applying this. Now I'm going to proceed to clean the rest of the bike with the wax. I'm going to spray it on the towel and rub it into the surfaces. Well, welcome to this extremely bright morning. Yesterday I was finishing up the waxing and my camera died, the battery, and I kind of ran out of time because the sun was going down. So I finished up some of the waxing today and I cleaned the rims, and overall I think the product went well. As you can see, the paint has a lot of reflection. It's very, you can see a lot more of the sparkle in the paint. One word of caution is it will bring out any scratches that are in the paint. So I would make sure that all those scratches are buffed out before you apply the wax. I had originally waxed the bike about a month ago, so the bike was fairly clean after I washed it. I only really didn't notice the scratches until after I put the ceramic on, and they kind of showed up. So make sure it's completely clean of any scratches. As far as how the product went on, if you were to make a score between 1 and 5, 5 being the hardest, 1 being the softest, it was about a 4. Going on was really easy. It was fairly thick, but when you went to buff it off, I would wait about a minute, and then I try to buff it off, and it would even out fairly well, but you would have some streaking, but you have to work at it a little bit to get it to come completely even. If what I had found is if you wait about 4 hours after the initial buffing and come back and buff it again, it seemed to smooth out a lot easier. I would have to experiment with that more to see how what would be the best combination, but it seemed to be about 1 minute after applying, wipe it down and smooth it out, and then come back in about 4 hours. I would recommend this product. It's probably not the same as if you got a regular ceramic treatment, but it's kind of a happy medium between wax and ceramic. So I give it a thumbs up. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up or press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get any notifications. And I thank you for watching, and goodbye.